The perfect world, the air in Prosper City tasted of fresh-cut grass and the sweet scent of hydroponic gardens. Everything was clean, quiet, and efficient. I stood on the corner, what used to be a busy intersection, now a serene pedestrian thoroughfare, watching the world move with a grace I could never seem to muster. People strolled by with genuine smiles, their faces illuminated by the gentle glow of the city's smart grid. It had been decades since the world had known conflict, since light had unified the globe and promised an era of unprecedented peace. For my younger brother, Edwin, this was a world he was born to thrive in. Edwin glided to a stop beside me on a personal transport unit. He wore the crisp, unwrinkled uniform of a high-ranking city planner, a position he had earned with his brilliant mind and charismatic personality. Edwin was a favor of the local governance committee, a shining example of what Light's perfect world could produce. He was rich, handsome, smart, and universally admired. I, by contrast, was a quiet anomaly. I had just come from my third failed attempt at a horticultural certification, a role I couldn't seem to master despite my tireless efforts. "Another long day, Thomas?" Edwin asked, his voice smooth and genuinely concerned. He didn't mean it to be condescending. That wasn't in his nature. He truly couldn't understand why I struggled so much in a world built for success. "The hydroponics are great," I muttered, pulling at the frayed cuff of my jacket. "The plants just don't seem to listen to me." Edwin chuckled lightly, clapping a hand on my shoulder. "You'll figure it out. Persistence is your strong suit, after all." He said it like a compliment, but to me, it felt like a gentle dismissal of my failures. In a world of effortless success, persistence was a synonym for stubborn futility. As we walked toward the central plaza, where a large holographic monument to Light shimmered in the afternoon sun, my gaze wandered. I saw a homeless man sitting on a park bench, an impossibility in this society. Yet there he was, shaking, shivering, and looking terrified. No one else seemed to notice. I nudged Edwin. "Did you see that?" Edwin glanced over, a flicker of confusion crossed his face before it smoothed out. "See what?" "The man on the bench." He looked terrified, like he was in a war zone. Edwin laughed again, but this time it was laced with unease. "Thomas, there are no war zones. Not anymore. The man probably just needs to be taken to a wellness center. They'll help him. That's what Light's world is all about." But the questions continued to gnaw at me. I'd seen other things, too. Small cracks in the perfect facade. The way the sky, once a brilliant blue, had begun to take on a strange, subtle purplish hue in the last few months. I'd heard whispers, dismissed by the media as conspiracy theories, of a global leader named Lucifer whose power Light had somehow usurped. It all fell off. Why did it take so long? I asked, looking up at the holographic image of Light. Why did he wait to solve world hunger, to bring peace? He was so rich and powerful. Why did he only do it in the last decade? What was he doing before? Edwin just shook his head. "You worry too much, Tom. It doesn't matter what happened before. The only thing that matters is that it's paradise now. We're safe. We're finally happy." As Edwin finished his sentence, a low, guttural rumble shook the ground. I instinctively braced myself. The holographic monument of Light began to flicker violently, distorting into a grotesque, jagged image. The purplish hue in the sky intensified, blooming like a bruise until it was a vibrant, thickening magenta. The air, once so clean, now filled with the acrid, coppery scent of blood and decay. A deafening crack split the sky, and from a great, dark fissure that had ripped open in the fabric of reality, a monstrous, six-limbed creature descended, its eyes burning with malevolent fire.